Hey, what's going on, guys? Mush back at it with another video. Got some major news to talk about in today's video, although not news that is going to be seen at very positively, at least not by me. AMD has revealed a brand new GPU of a high-end variant, the Radeon 7, so a pretty interesting naming scheme with this one. But based on the performance that I'm seeing, based on the price, this really isn't anything to write home about. Is it going to push Nvidia to do anything crazy? Nope. It's just AMD playing catch-up, and them playing catch-up is not going to affect the market at all, but it is going to give you another option in terms of high-end GPU buying. Also, over the last month or so, I've been talking all about the Epic Games Store getting all of these exclusive deals with a bunch of major publishers and developers, and they have signed their biggest agreement yet. The Division 2 will be exclusive to the Epic Games Store, and it will not be coming to Steam. This is without a doubt the biggest deal they have signed so far, so I want to talk all about that. Now, The Division is, of course, a Ubisoft game, so you still have to go through Uplay anyway, but you will not be able to buy the game on Steam. And lastly, I do want to give you guys a heads up on the Resident Evil 2 one-shot demo that is coming out on January 11th, this coming Friday. Kind of an interesting demo, so I'll talk about that at the end of this video. First, let's talk all about the Radeon 7. So AMD just had this live stream go down. They announced their new high-end GPU, and it is coming at $699, so it's the same price as the RTX 2080. Did I want something a little bit cheaper that offered similar performance? Yes, but obviously we're not getting that. However, there is something to note with the Radeon 7 that a lot of people aren't bringing up. I don't know how big of a factor it is to people actually picking the Radeon 7 over the 2080, but it's something that I'll note in a little bit. They even went over performance numbers, and Battlefield 5 ran at 62 frames per second opposed to the 2080 61. That was the case for Far Cry 5 as well, and then Vulcan with Strange Brigade, the Radeon 7 was a little bit ahead, 87 frames to the RTX 2080 73. However, it's not like there's a gigantic performance discrepancy, and of course with a 2080 you do have all the RTX technology. You can take advantage of ray tracing. I know the performance isn't all good, but that's still something nice to have, and you need to at least value that somewhat. Now, if AMD came out and they announced the Radeon 7 and it offered similar performance to the 2080 and it was actually considerably cheaper, let's say it was $600 instead of $700, then this would be a big win. Right now, both GPUs are $700. Maybe the Radeon 7 will beat out the 2080 a little bit, but even then, beating out the 2080 by just a minuscule amount is not going to put AMD over the edge and make people actually pick up the Radeon 7. People are still just going to stick with the 2080 with the Nvidia name value, with the fact that the 2080 is a proven GPU, it's a proven commodity, it's a GPU that has already garnered a lot of attention, a GPU just coming out and its only factor in the market is to play catch up with Nvidia's options. That is not going to make a dent whatsoever, at least not from my vantage point. Now, there is one thing that you have to know with the Radeon 7 when talking about it. It does come with 3 games included, so it's the same price as the RTX 2080 at $700, but you do get copies of Devil May Cry 5, Tom Clancy's The Division 2, and the Resident Evil 2 remake. Now, I value those games at a lot, and I always talk about them when I talk about GPUs like the RX 580 coming with 2 of those free games. With the Radeon 7, you'll get all 3 of the games. However, just generally noticing from my comment section, you guys don't put a lot of value in getting these free games, and I think the value of these free games dissipates even more and more when you are releasing a $700 video card. To get 2 $60 games with a GPU that's $150 or $200, that's adding a lot of value. To get these games with a $700 GPU, it's still added value, but I think that added value dissipates as you're going higher and higher in these price tiers. While I put value and stock into getting these games free, again, just generally noticing how my audience reacts whenever I mention these free games, it seems like you guys, the consumers, don't put a lot of value into these free games, and that's surprising to me. These are 3 of the biggest games of 2019, 3 of the biggest upcoming titles, and I think the majority of you guys at least have interest in one of these 3 games, whether it be the Resident Evil 2 remake. I think is the case for the majority of you guys. Maybe it's the Division 2. It seems like a lot of you guys are not excited for Devil May Cry 5. Devil May Cry just generally isn't a game that's associated with PC games, so I can kind of understand that. But still, it is something I do want to give AMD credit for, because right now AMD is getting bashed for the Radeon 7 being the same price as the 2080, but with the Radeon 7 you do get those 3 free games. It's just I don't think those 3 free games are enough to put people over the edge and pick the Radeon 7 over the 2080, but that's just my opinion. We'll see how things play out. And one of those 3 games that you're going to be getting is the Division 2. However, the Division 2 is not going to be arriving on Steam. It's going to be exclusive to Epic's game store, so this is without a doubt the biggest deal Epic has signed to bring one of these games exclusive exclusive to their platform. Now, The Division 2 is a Ubisoft game, so I do believe it'll still be on Uplay. That would be so crazy if they removed it from Uplay as well and it was just exclusive to the Epic Games Store. I don't think that's going to be the case because they already have the infrastructure in place with The Division 2 being a Uplay title. I think just if you want to buy the game outside of Uplay, the Epic Games Store is the only place to do so. Now, this begs the question, who's actually going to go to the Epic Games Store instead of Uplay? I could understand you going to Steam and wanting the game on your Steam library to build Steam hours and whatnot, get Steam achievements, Steam trading cards, all that good stuff. But who really is going to go to the Epic Games Store instead of just buying the game directly to Uplay? What is the Epic Games Store offering you? To me, this really just seems like a deal to spite Steam instead of adding value to the Epic Games Store, and that isn't good for the consumer. But hey, this is what's going to happen with Epic having as much money as they do from Fortnite. They made a crap load of money with Fortnite, and now they really just have FU money which they can spend however they want. It's very easy for them to get these exclusive agreements because they just have so much bankroll right now, and with the smaller publishers, just giving them a little bit of that pie is going to be fine. With a Ubisoft, you do have to fork out more cash, but even then, Fortnite money is a lot more than just a lot of cash, so Epic is going to be doing just fine getting all of these agreements. It's a little scary because what does this mean for the future? Are games like Assassin's Creed going to end up being exclusive to the Epic Games Store as well? That would be a little bit of a disappointment for me. If I do want to check out The Division 2, probably just going to go directly to Uplay and just forego the Epic Games Store entirely. And again, to me, this does just come across as a way not to add value to the Epic Games Store, but rather just to spite Steam and all of the users that are on Steam and do want to buy their games on Steam, which is a little bit of a disappointment. But at the end of the day, even if you did buy the game on Steam, you would still have to go through Uplay to access The Division 2, so it's not a big deal, but still a little bit of a disappointment for people like me that do like to have all of their games on Steam. And moving on from that, another one of those games, a part of that AMD bundle, is of course Resident Evil 2 the remake. This seems to be a game that a lot of you guys are excited for. It would be surprising to me if you guys aren't excited for the Resident Evil 2 remake. If you played Resident Evil 2 back in the day, of course you're completely sold on the game, but just based on the gameplay we've seen thus far of the game, it does look tremendous. And if you want an early taste of the game, the Resident Evil 2 one-shot demo is out on January 11th. Now, a little bit interesting to this demo is that it's gonna have a 30-minute play window, meaning that you're gonna download this demo and you're gonna be able to play for 30 minutes, but after that 30 minutes elapses, you are done with the demo forever. So it's not like you can start back from the beginning and re-engage those 30 minutes. No, you are done with the demo forever. Now, kind of an odd way to do a demo, and I fully expect that on PC, people are gonna find a way to bypass this. And also, if you really want it, I believe you could just keep making Steam accounts and just downloading the demo over and over again. That's a little bit of a hassle, but if you really did want to experience the demo multiple times and play through the 30 minutes multiple times, that's an easy way to do so. It's just a little bit of a hassle. That would be the case on the PlayStation Store as well. You could just keep making PlayStation Network accounts, so I don't get why they're doing this. If people really want to play through the demo multiple times, you have the option to do so. You're just making it a little bit more of a hassle for us to actually do so. But nonetheless, the Resident Evil 2 one-shot demo is out on January 11th. That is this Friday. Wanted to give that a mention to you guys because, again, out of those 3 games that are coming with the AMD bundle, on PC, it doesn't seem like there's a lot of anticipation for Devil May Cry 5. The Division 2, I think a lot of people were just turned off by the Division 1, but the Resident Evil 2 remake, that does seem to be one of those games that everybody is super stoked for, and the one-shot demo probably will get you even more excited on January 11th. So that is going to conclude this video, guys. Let me know your thoughts on the AMD Radeon 7. Do you think this can actually compete? It's coming at a hefty $700. To me, it's a little bit disappointing, even though I will offer AMD the fact that, yes, there is value with Devil May Cry 5, Resident Evil 2, and Tom Clancy's The Division 2 being bundled in with the GPU. I just don't think that value is going to be seen by the entirety of the PC gaming community. Also, The Division 2 is not coming to Steam. Rather, it'll be coming to the Epic Games Store. So to some people, this is going to be a little disappointing. To others, you're just going to buy the game on Uplay anyway, so it won't be a big deal to you guys, but still another major exclusive for the Epic Games Store. And the Resident Evil 2 Remake's one-shot demo will be out on January 11th. That's gonna wrap up this video, guys. If you have a request for a future video, you can leave that in the comment section down below, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out. Hey, what's going on, guys? Mush here again. Hope you enjoyed the video. As you guys might know, YouTube's notification system is sometimes a little bit wonky, even if you're subscribed to the channel. Maybe you're not abundantly aware that I uploaded a video. To remedy that situation, make sure you hit the bell notification button. This way, whenever I upload a new video, and I try to upload as consistently as possible, you will be notified directly of the upload, and you can watch it as soon as it goes live. I would really appreciate if you guys hit that button so you can stay up to date with all of the content I'm posting. But as always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.